Hi everyone! Today, we'll learn 10 phrases to talk about the past in IELTS speaking. I'll show you how to use each one and give examples so you can speak more naturally and confidently. Let's get started. One of the most common ways to talk about the past is by starting with when I was younger. This helps you introduce a memory or experience from your childhood or earlier life. Simply start your sentence with the phrase, then describe what happened or how you felt. Keep it short and clear. Here's an example. Do you enjoy sports? Yes, I enjoy sports. When I was younger, I used to play football with my friends every weekend, and it really helped me stay active and make friends. Even if the question isn't about the past, adding a small memory can make your answer longer and more personal. Next, let's see another phrase, in the past. Another useful phrase to talk about past experiences is in the past. You can use it to explain how things used to be, even if the question is about your habits or preferences now. Start your sentence with the phrase, then describe the past situation or habit. It helps show contrast with the present or just adds extra detail. Here's an example. Do you enjoy learning these skills? Yes, I do. In the past, I used to learn basic computer skills at school, which really helped me when I started working. Use this phrase to give a short memory or past habit. It makes your answer more interesting and helps you speak longer. Now let's move on to another phrase. A few years ago. Another great way to talk about the past is by using the phrase a few years ago. This is useful when you want to share an event or habit from your recent past. Begin your sentence with this phrase, then describe what happened. It makes your answer sound more natural and specific. Here's an example. Do you like going to the cinema? Yes, I do. A few years ago, I used to go to the cinema every weekend with my friends. It was a fun way to relax after studying. Don't forget to connect the past to the present if you can. That way, your answer sounds complete and gives the examiner more detail. Now, let's look at another phrase, when I was a child. Another very useful phrase is when I was a child. You can use this to describe your childhood experiences or habits. Start with the phrase, then share a memory, habit, or activity from your childhood. It helps make your answer more personal and interesting. Here's an example. Do you enjoy reading books? Yes, I do. When I was a child, my parents always read bedtime stories to me. And that's how I developed a love for reading. Try to connect your childhood experience with who you are today. This shows the examiner your ability to expand and give thoughtful answers. Next, let's move on to another phrase, back in those days. Another natural way to talk about the past is back in those days. You can use it to describe how life or situations were different in the past. Begin your sentence with the phrase, then explain what life was like or what people used to do. It's great for making comparisons with the present. Here's an example. Do you like modern technology? Yes, definitely. But back in those days, people didn't have smartphones, and we spent more time playing outside with friends. This phrase works best when you're contrasting the past with the present. It helps you give longer, richer answers. Now, let's look at another phrase, I remember when. Another useful phrase is I remember when. You can use it to introduce a specific memory from your past. Start with the phrase, then describe the situation or event that you remember. It makes your answer more personal and natural. Here's an example. Do you enjoy cooking? Yes, I do. I remember when I first tried cooking pasta with my mother, and it was such a fun experience. This phrase is perfect for showing your personality and sharing short stories. It also makes your answer sound less robotic. Next, let's look at another phrase, back then. Another phrase you can use is back then. This helps you talk about a time in the past and show contrast with now. Start with back then describe what life, habits, or situations were like before. You can also compare it with how things are today. Here's an example. Do you enjoy using technology? Yes, I do. Back then, I only had a simple phone that could make calls and send texts. It felt very limited, but it was enough at the time. Now I use a smartphone for almost everything, like studying, working, and even staying in touch with my family. This phrase is great when you want to highlight changes between the past and present. It makes your answer richer and more developed. Now let's move on to the next phrase, years ago. A while back is a natural way to mention something that happened in the past without giving a specific date. Start your sentence with a while back and briefly describe the event or habit. Here's how it sounds in an IELTS response. Have you ever been to a concert? Yes, I have, a while back. I went to a live concert by my favorite band. It was outdoors and everyone was singing along, which made the atmosphere unforgettable. I don't go to concerts often, but that night really made me appreciate live music. Keep it 2 or 3 sentences. Add how you felt and what you learned to make it memorable. Next up, let's zoom in on a specific moment with at that time. At that time helps you point to a specific period or situation in the past. It makes your story clear and focused. After describing when something happened, add at that time. To explain what the situation was like, here's how it works in a real IELTS answer. Did you enjoy studying when you were a child? Yes, I did. At that time, I was really curious about science, especially experiments. I remember staying after class to ask my teacher questions. It was exciting because everything felt so new and full of possibilities. Use it to highlight the atmosphere, your feelings, or your mindset in the past. And finally, let's finish strong with a phrase that shows change, since then. Since then is perfect for showing how things have changed from the past until now. It helps you connect your past experience with your present situation. Start with a past event or time, then use since then to explain what has changed or what you've been doing up to now. Here's an IELTS-style answer using it. Have you enjoyed learning English? Yes, I have. I started learning English seriously in high school, and since then, I've practiced almost every day. My confidence has grown a lot, especially when it comes to speaking with foreigners. Use it to show growth, improvement, or change after a past event. That's it for talking about the past. If you want to sound more natural with filler words in IELTS speaking, click the next video now. I'll see you there.